is Saksham Dikshit and this is my channel Pentest Diary. So in this video itself, I'll be talking about the getter and the setter function. And this is a continuation of the same series of Solidity programming series itself. So in this video, we'll try to understand the concept of the getter function and what's the concept of setter function. Okay, these are two functions which we are talking about today. Okay, so I'll start with that. There are a lot of theory over here itself, so I'll just try to explain that first, make you understand what actually why we need these functions over there itself. So in Solidity programming language, for developing a smart contract on Ethereum blockchain, getter and the setter function are commonly used to access and modify the state variables of a contract. Okay, so you can able to understand everything is around the state variable only. To access and modify the state variable of a contract, we are requiring either a getter function just to get it retrieve and to setter function just to get it modify that. As per that keyword, you can able to understand just to get it anything, we are using a getter function. Just to set anything, we are using a setter function. Okay. Now we go deeper inside of it. If we're talking about the getter function only, so there are three statements which I just want to tell you that. So the first statement is a getter function is a function that allows you to retrieve the current value of a state variable from a smart contract. So taking example, if we are making any smart contract over there, so if we want to retrieve the information, retrieve the value of the getter function, we can retrieve using the getter function. Getter function are typically defined with a view and the pure modifier to indicate that they do not modify the state of the contract. So it's as obvious, like getter is just to get something, not to modify it. So at any point of time, you're not supposed to modify anything just using that. So typically you're using it with a view and the pure modifier itself, but you can't modify anything in a state variable itself. So it's a straightforward thing. Whatever is present over there in a smart contract, you can retrieve that thing using a getter function. Okay, now I'll move to the next section, which we call it as a setter function. So in case of setter function, as it's clear with that, a setter function is a function that allows you to update or modify the value of the state variable in smart contract. So in case of getter, you're not doing it, you just retrieve that. But over here itself, you can set, modify, update and modify the value of the state variable in a smart contract using setter function. And the another one, setter function often include additional logic to ensure that the new values being set compiled with a certain conditions. So that is very important. It should be a logic over there itself, and the value which is assigned to the state variable, it should be complies with certain condition itself. That's also most important in case of setter function. Okay, now we'll go to the browser directly where we have already prepared the code for it. So I'll show you that. So this is the actual code for this functions. I'll prepare that. So it's as clear, this section I'm not explaining once again itself. This is the name of the contract which we have defined it. This is a state variable which we have defined it. Assign a value as 10. Okay, now we go to these three functions. Okay, so the first function we call it as a getter function, where what exactly we are doing it, we'll simply have to call the value, just call the value, and we can see that value only. Okay, when we running this getter function. So over here itself, you can see it's a view as we are we are simply seeing it. Okay, and return function is also using it over there itself just to get that value returned back, so that we can able to see that what actually the value of age in case of getter function. Okay, now if we're talking about the setter one, in that case we are straightforward, we are just running this function. They are not getting any, so we are not printing any value over here itself. We simply, whenever we are clicking on the setter, it's automatically increase the value. So taking example, if its age is 10, so setter function is using that value 10 and plus 1. So by default the age value become 11 over here itself. Okay, now if anyone call this setter function once again, like after clicking on this, if I'll just click on this, and then after that if I'll just try to see, like over here itself, if I'll just try to see even the getter function later on, like clicking on the setter, and then after again I'll click on the getter function, in that case the value will be 11. So initially I'll see the value 10, but later on after clicking on the setter function, if I'll run the getter function once again, I'll see the value as 11 as it's getting incremented by 1. This is the last section where we are talking about, like we are trying to pass the value. Like instead of taking it directly from the state variable, we'll try to pass the value, and the variable we are defining as a new age. So I'll put the value, taking number 20, I'll just put it a value. Then in that case, A is equal to 20. Okay. So, so after that, what exactly is happening? Like it's automatically going replace this value 10 as 20. For example, if I'll just put a 20, it's become a 20 only. And if I'll click on the getter once again, I'll see the value 20. And if I'll click on setter, then if I again call this getter, then in that case the value become 21. Okay, so everything is going in such a way itself. Let me deploy this code and let me showcase you like each and everything which I have showcased you so far. Okay, let me compile it. I think it's taking a lot of time. I'm not sure why it's taking too much time, but after refreshing it, I'll click on compile once again. It's working fine for me now. Now I'll go to the deployed section and click on deploy. Once we deployed it, we can able to see our contract is deployed successfully. So I'll show you that how exactly is it. So initially we click on the getter, we can able to see the value as 10, which I have explained you already why it's a age value is 10. But if I'll click on the setter function first, 1, and then again I'll click on the getter function, its value will be incremented. After this, if I'll just try to call the getter function once again, I'll see the value as 11. But if I'll set the value over here as 20 and click on it, and again if I'll just click on the getter function, I can see the value as 20. Click on setter once again, click on getter once again, then after that I'm seeing that the value which is getting assigned, it's getting incremented by 1 as it's getting increment. So whatever the value of this variable, we can define it either with the setter one, then in that case it's getting incremented on the basis of that only. Okay, so that's all about the stuffs, a small concept which I just want to get it conveyed to you about the setter and the getter function itself, which we are using it in a later phase itself. So if you like this video, if you like this video, you can subscribe my channel itself. If you want to provide some comment, you can provide the comment in the comment section of this video itself. And so far you like the series or not, like how many things you just wanted to be get it covered. Like I have already defined the whole content for it, and I'll try to make the whole content and try to be get it continue every day. Supposed to get one video from my side. If it's get missed, so definitely I'll try my best to get it include each and every one video itself every day. But if it's get missed, don't worry about it. I'll try to get it cover everything about it. So I've already prepared the whole content for it. Whatever that content, I'll have to prepare it till end. Okay, so be with me, and we continue the whole series itself. Once we conclude that, almost at least on a beginners levels to reaching to the intermediate level, you are getting so many things from the Solidity side itself, and you can able to make your smart contracts from your side. Even I'll try to cover one project also at the end of this series itself, and few advanced level or intermediate level concept I'll try to cover. Like instead of that a beginner level also, I'll just try to cover few intermediate or advanced level concept also in this, so that everyone having a full flavor of it. Okay, so that's all about this video. So thank you so much once again. Take care. Bye bye.